Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate the support either way, cuzzies. My name is Joe Josh. I go by iChart Daily. Today is July 30th, 2024. I wanted to give you a quick Bitcoin update. I see some things potentially playing out on the horizon and just wanted to give you a window to my thought process. So before I begin, this is not financial advice. This is literally just a window to my thought process and what I'm thinking, why I'm thinking, and to back it up with factual information, meaning showing you price action and charts previously. So I've been doing this for 17 years. I've been investing in crypto for hypothetically almost 10 years now. I've witnessed multiple cycles. I understand the deal. So here is Bitcoin since February 2024. Okay, let's go over this pattern here. You can see here Bitcoin is making lower highs and lower lows. So the first thing that pops up into my head is, are we going to see resistance where we've seen resistance previously, fall back down to support, and potentially make a new lower low, right? Because these lows here, was 60,006. This low here was 56.6. These lows here were 53.6. Okay. Next low could be the top of these candles here, potentially, let's just say 52.9. So what we need to figure out, what I'm trying to figure out, right? I'm trying to teach you swing trading, not day trading, because if we could catch the beginning of the swing, then we have room to bleed. We could all make money, right? If we could catch the bottom 2-3 levels that we're supposed to be buying in at, we open up some longs with minimal leverage, whatever the case may be, and where we look like geniuses, right? So you can see here I have some lines, right? Blue is resistance because we've seen resistance here, was tried to use as support, failed. This is considered a fake out, double top pattern. We broke and fell to purple, right? Resistance, resistance, double top again in the same area, right? This is why you should be identifying, or how you should be identifying trends before you do anything else. Okay. Next we have this megaphone pattern. We're doing this type of pattern where we are making higher highs and higher lows technically, but when you take a zoom out, this is why I say look at the longer time frames. You can see here we're having major selling pressure, anything above 68.3. Now, support, right? We had support here, we had support here. This inverse head and shoulders brought us back to the blue. We came back to this like middle line, double top. Overall, technically, you want to be going back to the purple, sell at the blue, right? Another macro inverse head and shoulders, bringing us back to the blue, double top, bringing us back to the purple, right? This technically is like a rounding bottom, right? This is your neckline. Let me invert it. This is your rounding top. This is your neckline. This is your arm. This is your arm. But technically, because it's this way, it's hard for some people to see. You could press Alt-I, invert the chart. Some people have an easier time seeing things going down or up. I've been doing this for a long time, so I can technically, I technically could see it both ways. But yes, that was a rounding bottom. Neckline broke at the 58. We went back to the 63,000, 65,000. Now we're forming this megaphone pattern back in the blue structure, which previously was what? Best time to open a short, 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 best time to take profit. Purple, best time to open long, 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 best time to accumulate more. So with that being said, we have a couple of confluence check boxes on the right side of the list saying, lean towards one side of the playing field, cuzzy, right? So now what we look for are our lovely indicators, which tell us or help us paint the picture even further, right? So we have the market structure, we have support resistance, we understand what's going on here. Now, The next thing that goes off in my mind, since we have a beautiful long months to months to months long of data, what happened in the chart here? What happened in the chart here? What happened in the chart here? Is there any chance that there's something that could play out here that could give us the edge of understanding that this potentially is on the table? Okay. Now, another thing that goes off in my mind is this trends don't last forever, right? You bet with the trend till the end. So unfortunately, we went back to resistance, back to the trend line. I'm automatically assuming we have 1, 2, or 3 scenarios that could play out from this, right? Nothing good's coming from it. This is coming from it. Negative, bearish, selling pressure, okay? Bullish is we stop here. We come back, stop here, and form a macro inverse head and shoulders again, right? And that would bring us back to the blue line. What the bulls are trying to see right now is this a descending channel that eventually will break to the upside? You're supposed to take the pole here, right? Let's just change it to a different color and size, copy and paste, and eventually this would take us to, let's just say, the 85, I say the 85,000 level. There's a math equation that shows previous bull and bear cycles and where it would end to based off of this number here, the 15.5, and it was around 85 to 90,000. I'm also cool with that number because of psychological technical analysis. If everyone's saying we're guaranteed to go to 100,000, most whales have their, take profit levels of 90 or 85 because this was a great run. If you accumulated anything from 15,000 and it goes to 85, you made 440%. Anything higher than that, it's all gravy. So let's get back to the technical analysis, right? We're looking for a trend reversal. Another thing is this is perfectly lining up with the cup handle theory. We just want to see when the actual handle comes to an end because unfortunately it's making lower lows. So once again, do we come back down, make our first higher low, showing us that the handle is coming to an end and we have potential to do something like that, going to the 100,000? Or is the handle going to continue? We have room to make a same bottom at 54,000. Or is the handle going to continue one more time or two more times to make a lower low? See, that's the thing. I know it looks like blood's on the horizon. I just don't know what happens after the next move, right? That's too hard to tell. If I knew that, forget it. I'd be on an island somewhere. But we do know that blood's on the horizon, so I'm just trying to give you all the scenarios so that you understand what could happen and where you should be setting alerts and what potentially can happen, right? So if this happens here, this is option A, higher low. Higher low shows me, yeah, the higher low would line up with this one here, anywhere from like 60,009, let's just say. That would be a beautiful inverse head and shoulders showing us that we could break out of this downward momentum, right? That's what I'm seeing. But for the short term, unfortunately, we're not seeing bullish momentum. We're seeing bearish, right? In the blue section that I just explained to you, not my opinion. So now what do? I line that up with indicators to see where they are. Section A, section B, does it look like it's going to golden cross? Death cross, does it look like it's forming bullish divergence, hidden bullish, hidden bearish, bearish, etc., etc. So we're in the blue, we're in the sell take profit zone. It looks like we have a death cross on the horizon. I would instantly want to set an alert right around this little reversal section here because we came down and reversed at, let's just say, 65,000. So I'm going to set an alert there to see if there's any more buys there. If there's no more buys there at that level, which also confluences up with your upward rising trend white line support and then your blue downward resistance support, because technically this was used as support a couple times, so I'm curious to see if we do pump up one more time and form a lower high to the 68,000, right? If we were to do something like this and then confirm the downfall. So once again, I want to see, we've been making higher lows. Are we going to make the first lower low? If we make our first lower low, then that shows me that we are going to make lower highs and lower lows thereafter, and it could be the start of the downtrend that I think is potentially on the table. Next, I told you to look left to see when this pattern broke down, And potentially this pattern broke down to see where it landed, right? We went to the purple, to the purple, to the purple. What happened with the chart? Well, death crosses. Death crosses, and I want to see where the RSI went, if it went to the 50 or if we broke the 50 and went to the 30, right? What I mean by section A, just to break it real quick to you, this is section A, this is section B. When you have death crosses in section A, your price action has potential to go flat. When you have death crosses in section B, that means your price action is probably doing this and making lower highs and lower lows and has room to bleed. When you have golden crosses in section A, that means your price action is going to be making higher highs to previous highs. Last highs here were 37.8. We had a golden cross, we broke that, and each candle made higher highs thereafter. If you make a golden cross in section B, still have some bullish momentum, still room to grow, but unfortunately they are short-lived with bearish momentum there. I'm trying to look for one. Here we go. Okay, so you had previous high here of 29.6. We came down, broke the previous low of 27, made a new low here to 25.9, came all the way back up to 28.3 and did not break the 29.6. So golden cross is great, but below in section B, you could break your previous lows of the 25.9 or the 27.2, and we went all the way to the 24.5. So as of right now, we're still in section A, and right here we have the beautiful RSI that helps me understand oversold, overbought. Oversold is close to the 30. This is section B. Overbought is close to the 70. I'm sorry, this is the 30. This is the 70. This is section A. You could be above the 70, which is A plus, and then you could be below the 30, which is B minus or B plus, whatever you want to call it. There's just 4 sections, right? I just made that up. So, but they're different and they hold different things. So once again, RSI finding support in section A, you're likely going to have continuations to the upside, okay? When you have resistance by the 50 and downward pressure into the 30 line, you make lower highs and lower lows, right? We went from 72 to 60, went all the way back up to 67, broke this low, and came all the way to 55. So as of right now, previously, we needed to break the 50, go down to the 30, break the 50, go down to the 30. As of right now, on the same time frame we're on, we just formed a head and shoulders, right? One high, higher high, lower high. Next, the RSI, which is the blue line, is bullish when it's on the left side of the moving average or above it. So you had your trend reversal structure change, you just broke the moving average, and now we're heading close to the 50. First thing that goes off in my mind should be what? Setting an alert at the damn 50, because if it breaks the 50, poo-poo hits the fan, we have potential to break all of the support level right here. And then we have potential to not just stop at 63,000. No. We have potential to go all the way back down to 60 to even 55,000. I don't know where we go to. When we stop and I see the bottom, then that helps me understand. Another thing that shows me that this doesn't look great is the 2-week RSI. And I've said this multiple times, right? When certain things happen in the chart, you need to take the emotions out. Forget that Trump is talking about buying billions of Bitcoin. Forget that Harris is talking about backing CBDCs and talking with Circle and Ripple and all that. And trust the charts. F the news and trust the charts. And right now the RSI on the 2-week, which is a longer time frame, and long-term trends predict short-term outcomes, and we're looking at a daily time frame, this entire 14-minute video so far, and I'm explaining blood, selling pressure, blood, selling pressure. If I could back that up with a longer time frame that shows me bearish divergence or hidden bearish divergence, which is what the 2-week does, that backs up the argument of the daily hypothesis even more. So this is a learning thing for you guys. If you have someone telling you something that's on the 1-hour time frame and they're saying it's going one way, whether it's up or down. You want to see the 4-hour, the 6, the 10, the 12, all going in the same direction as the 1-hour. Because if you're going against the grain, well, you never want to do that. You want to identify the longer term trend first and bet with that. So with that being said, the first thing I see is this RSI. What did I just tell you? This is bearish, right? You have your bottom form, you then flip bullish, and you're making higher lows and higher highs. This is strike 1, strike 2 by the rule book in my 17 years of doing that. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 1, strike 2, right? Strike 1, strike 2. There's not many times this has happened in Bitcoin's history and chart. And every single time we had a strike 1, strike 2, well, we had blood and we had blood. So we're expecting blood on the time frame that hasn't lied to us in literally just 2-3 times, and we have this red candle coming in, right? So the most positive thing that could happen is we have blood, but we go back to the 50, right? The 50 line being here. You can have blood go back to the 50. So we can have blood go back to the 53 or even the 50,000. Stay in section A on a 2-week chart. Then we go back to the 69,000 to the 75,000, form a double top or higher high, right? We do something like this, but yet you're getting bearish divergence on the longer time frames. So we come back down to the 50, come back up to the 70, the same way you did here. But as the price is making a higher high here, your RSI and your MACD are making lower highs here. That's the video. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. Next video is going to be XRP Ripple, which is going against the grain, which I love, right? Meaning it's XRP versus Bitcoin. I'll just show you real quick with this little preview of what I'm going to do next. So XRP versus Bitcoin. I've been telling the Discord for the longest time. I mean, screw it. I'll just do it. I'll just do it. Do it live, baby. Let's go. If you appreciate me just extending the video another 5-10 minutes to do Ripple XRP because I love you guys and I'd just rather do it now than later, just do me a favor, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, do what you got to do to help a cuzzy out. So, I've been saying for the longest time, right? Long-term trends predict short-term outcomes on the XRP versus the Bitcoin chart. There's only been a couple times that we've been extremely oversold and you had the best buying opportunities of your life. F the news, trust the charts, right? I know there was some news that came out today or yesterday about Harris talking about CBDCs, and she was talking to Coinbase, Circle, and Ripple, and you hear news like that, and it's great, right? So I'm very transparent with everyone. I got 2 bags, bro. All right, I'm a technical analysis person, so I'm not gonna have a huge bag of something based off of the news that goes against everything that I'm teaching you. But I'm not an idiot, and I do know that there are investors out there that base their investments just based off of the news. There's not a lot of news surrounding Ripple. Good news, right? Partnerships, real life use cases with countries, banks for the past 8-9 years have been following the market, right? And news. I like Chainlink, I like HBAR, I like XDC, I like all the coins that eventually will have use cases with ISO 20022 and potentially have trillions of money flowing through it eventually. So because of that, I have a bag for long term. But because of the technical analysis, I'm not an idiot. I understand that it's trust the charts and F the news. So right now it's trust the charts and F the news. So the news, when XRP does hit certain price targets, it's going to say speculation about the lawsuit, speculation about Trump saying he's going to fire Gary Gensler and crypto is going to boom because of that. That's it. There's going to be no laws, right? So they'll pump it saying that that's it. Once the lawsuit ends, they're going to flip the switch. It's going to $598. They're going to say that's it. Once the lawsuit is officially over, Swift is done. It's like the Netflix to the Blockbuster. It's the Uber to the taxis. Right. So, not financial advice, but here's my advice. Educational purposes only. I told you guys, I tell you trust the charts. Every time this has happened, check the dates. We've had major pumpage. Unfortunately, we're going to have some nice movement, but we're having downward pressure. So once again, 40, 50%, I'm loving it, right? Now, when you go to the XRP USD chart, where does that take us? Well, first things first, we have to break some key levels. We have to break 65 cents. If we break 65 cents, we're going right to 71, 74 cents, and you're going to have a cool 14%. Now, if we break that, that's when I'll make another video, because then you're looking at 85 cents to 94 cents. You're looking at 34 to 50%. That would be when this chart breaks out of these levels. So let's do it right. Let's do it right. So we got to break the zeros 984, set an alert there. Once we break there, we're going here. Zeros 1132. Once we break there, I think we top here, bro. Right? Zeros 1509. Right? Way up. You can see here lines on the way down. We do this, lines on the way up. We top here, wicks from purple to yellow. I'm sorry, purple to yellow. Wow, I'm tired, bro. From purple to red, right? So we go here, stop, wicks above, selling pressure, proving that this is the next local top. We go up to 50% local top when XRP is at 85 cents. Just saying. I'm just saying. This potentially could happen thereafter. And the reason why I say that is I look at this and I just say, well, we're extremely oversold. We'll be extremely overbought this level, fighting downward resistance, fighting resistance. That's the video. That's my XRP technical analysis. I mean, it's a very simple chart. And to back it up, once again, it's in section B, right? We are forming hidden bullish. What that means is this bottom here is technically a double bottom. But when you look at the MACD, this bottom here and this bottom here is way higher. So technically that's hidden bullish divergence, showing me that there's a higher probability of this breaking to the upside. Next, you have the RSI, extremely oversold, can go extremely overbought, back to the 50. We're at the 40 right now. We have a ton of room to go back to just this level here. So once again, I'm going to confluence it all up. If we're at this level here, and we're at this level here, right here, and we're at this level here, right, and we're at this level here, anywhere from here, 87 to here, taking profit. And I'm going to transition some to the long-term bags, right? Because nothing changes, right? I love when people hit me up in the Discord, and I love you for the support. I really do. I really, really love you. But when someone's like Lambos and Moon Boys, just take a step back, right? Nothing changes until we break $1.97, because that is the last local top here. And unfortunately, this local top was lower than this local top. So I'm expecting another lower local top. It's that simple. Anywhere around there. Now, when do we talk, trend change on a macro level, and this being a potential, to the upside? I'm not even going to say stupid numbers. When we break this level right here, we got to break out. I hope it does. Right, we do a little double bottom, poop, and we come back up around here, around $1.20 to $1.75. Then you need to stay above it. You need to stay above this level here, and then you have potential to hit these numbers here. Just look to the right. I'm not even going to say them. Okay. Now, bearish, you pop up to this level, you pop up above, and you come back in. Unfortunately, that's a fake out. And then you have potential to come back in, and then use these levels here. Look to the right, 71 to 75, as support, forming yet another higher low, higher low, higher low. I think that plays out. And then in 2026, we do something like that. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. Wasn't expecting to do a 25-minute video. This is going to take a while to upload, so enjoy. I'll see you in a little bit. Peace.